Forward to the group stage of IEM Cologne.
All down to one. One last map, not one round like it was over on Dust 2, but I'm sure 00Nation would like to get it into a close series once again. Over on the CT start, we will get some util to follow for both Lato and for Taco, and a very aggressive approach to try and get some early lane control for the T's.
Try and Lato over on this defensive line of the B site. Nice nade initially down towards that ramp control. Damage to Siren. Chopper tag to 90. And the utility comes in for the execution. Quick smokes down to the back along and short. Reflashes forward as tries to find a position. Tries to counter a frag, but ultimately he's going to try and in little success. Magic with the kill. Kicks things off and opens the site.
Even coldzera hasn't over-rotated from the A play, still expecting a slight lurkout, that bomb going down, and knowing that the majority of the util has already been used, they've got to put that smoke onto a good position, either towards the cave position to try and siphon off the T's, but how do they draw the fight? They've got to tap the bomb.
And it's not in the open plant position, so they can't peek out of that doorway and get the diffuser. They can get Taco on it, hold it for 5 seconds, cover off the ramp entrance. That'll be the main way in, but he's coming in from long, so they will have vision on the boost. Taps forward to dumau, looking for the T side. Siren and Magics will end up falling. Patsy with 1 kill. Chopper overwhelmed. They've got to swing to the side. Wonderful gets the diffuser. dumau left alone, overwhelmed, low HP. Gets that one trade now. 1 versus 1. Can land his kill back, but they've stalled for enough time. It will be Spirit taking the pistol round.
So much distraction, so much going on there, and you felt as if the only way that that round was possible is if Taco holds the whole thing. If he's able to get that defuse forward and everybody else can pull the distraction, not to be. The chaos just continues to come through, and you feel for someone like dumau, who did so much hard work on that retake, found 3 kills, everyone to drop, but it's still not enough.
And there's the start. T-side for Spirit could be one to watch out for. We've seen a number of great T-sided teams here on this map up, which is so shocking considering how C-sided it's always been. But if you get a good half here for Spirit, then that could be the other win condition here on this map up. Taco picking Magic, starting things off, however, with the Hero M4 and the Force buy.
Definitely not the most characteristic buy when you think about a second round break. Rather than pistols across the board, Try decides to drop that M4 over to one of his teammates. And for Taco, trying to get it into good hands, has taken a lot of damage on that dual face, trying to put some more pressure down on lane.
Wraparounds will try hold down the B site. Of course, the opening kill going the way of Taco is encouraging. He's waiting for more, hoping that there is aggression from the Spirit side. He'll have to force out aggression of his own right. Low HP, though. They better pick up that rifle as soon as he drops.
Even the walk forward towards Candles has got to have enough distraction around it. Taco getting aggressive once again. Try actually being caught off, so that's at least a pick coming down to the aggressive ramp control.
Decent effort, but not to be there for the M4. Molotov set in. Taco get driven further back into the cave control. 42 HP for him now. Slowly whittled down by the Spirit squad.
Even Lato being forced out to the open, thinking about refacing, trying to get as much down to this as possible. And the bomb could actually get dropped if Taco continues to extend.
Nope. Chopper finds the kill instead. A 4-on-3 now for Spirit. The bomb has got to commit here and now. Up through ramp, the safer avenue. And the flanking from Patsy will cut off the backline players. As dumau falls, Lato does get 1 deagle headshot on the way out, but Patsy trades him. And coldzera is left in a 1v3.
A lot of impact in this round from Patsy, being that lurking from Candles, averages a 1.37 rating on H in the last 3 months. Him and Magics have got to be the 2 good players that come down onto Ancient the most consistently across recent history. And coldzera trying to hold on to that AK, hope that that doesn't fall. Second round gets gained, and you thought for a moment there for Taco, there could have been a very high impact play. Not only does he get 1 kill, but perhaps drops the bomb, makes it very awkward. But when that duel does not present itself onto Chopper, and instead he's the one to fall, it changes the complexion of the round.
Now 2-0. Start for the Spirit squad, again keeping things going on the T-side line. That was a very good kill for Chopper. Fair enough. We'll take it. Don't tell me my expectations for here on out, though. I should be expecting of these kind of crazy stuff from the Spirit squad. And that is encouraging, again, to know that you've gone so far as to hit crazy kills like that, and knowing how crazy some of the kills were over on that Vertigo. It's an encouraging sign for me early on.
For Spirit, what they need to focus on come the 3rd round is obviously strengthening the economy, not losing too much to this Hero AK. It does get boosted up and keeps a sightline down to the bottom of ramp, but Magic's has seen it.
Puts the nade out there, but it sails right past the boost, so not much the damage that can be done here to the Nation. Smokes on the cheater, dumau's part, the USP, knowing that he doesn't really hold much contest here on his lonesome, so Zeus pulled out instead. Might try and hunt for the one man out towards window, perhaps. Doesn't want to press the issue, though.
It's all about the stack play. And knowing that that AK is still in defense over towards the B side, there's some likelihood that damage can get done. And it's how low Spirit actually run the clock. There it is. That's the first kill. Unfortunately, he's down on very low HP now.
Well, not the first time we would have seen players swing out on 1 point of health and win fights, so don't count coldzera out until he's dead. dumau, very close to contact against one of the AKs here of Patsy. I don't think he's seen that gun barrel yet. Taco now on the back of the ace side. Backup's about to join in with the flashes coming inbound. 4 players actually total to try and deal with. The AK of Lato lands another decent kill. Trades back available. Taco's going to get overwhelmed with the 3 versus 3, but now Try comes in. So now we have a 1 versus 3 on Wonderful. Running out of ammo, and dumau will find his pick.
That has really come out of nowhere. When you think about coldzera getting that first kill towards ramp, it all swings around when the lurker Patsy starts getting aggressive. They start the over-rotation from window over to donut towards the A play. He gets aggressive and he loses the fight to dumau, holding that tight angle in cheetah. We often see a lot of Zeus's in that position because it is close range. You can find a lot of impact. And for Spirit, that's got to be a facepalm. That's a round that you should never be losing.
Have to force the issue back here and now. What could have been a simple 3-0 start for them. It's now turned into a bit more of a complicated measure. Flashes in as dumau looks out towards that mid control. Again, trying to prod with the aggression of the CT side. Nothing's going to come through for him, though. The teaser mostly stepped towards this ramp take as Patsy gets caught. Leg shot on Siren, also landed that collateral, so advantage for 00Nation side is gained.
Just knowing the idea that so much damage has already been done, this gives a massive advantage into the round. Try repositioning with the orb. Does get baited for a moment, so it's more information to be gathered. That HE placement only doing a thinner of damage. For Spirit, they've really got to try and brute force open a duel. And in fact, one of them actually lands aggressive towards ramp for some reason at dumau, even though they had the man advantage.
A 4-on-4 situation. Taco's going to try find an angle to work with here in the mid position. The smoke's down. Try and potentially sell a fake rotation. So far, so little. Incendiaries are set with flashes also over from both A and B sides respectively. Oh, that nade well placed from Lato, though. Tagging Magic's taking Siren. Advantage regained as the CTs believe that it's going to be the B play, and they'd be right to assume so. Try lands chopper. Magic's falls. Wonderful on for the ace clutch.
Just trying to make damage happen. Trying for another pick towards that long position with the orb. Trying to get as much out of this round as possible. Very composed right here from the CTs. Just not over-peaking, allowing themselves to run the clock. If they can catch Wonderful after time, then that would be ideal.
Get away with the AK for now. The mid-pleasance from coldzera tagged him up and can't quite take him down quite yet. Eventually, Taco will swing forward and finish off the job. So no after-time kill here. Dodges the standard 2-2 scoreline as 00Nation clap back to Team Spirit.
And when we think about recent history, for Godsend's Veto, they obviously picked Ancient. That was the #1 map in the pool from them. And for 00Nation, their map pool featured Ancient as a bit of a second pick. So we've kind of got the best of 2 worlds, Jay, with the idea that the 2 teams have formed together. Both teams, both individuals of Try and coldzera, and even the other 3 guys from Godsend, play a lot of Ancients.
Again, it's a case of the caliber of Ancient. Smoke sent dumau. That mid control going to join his teammates here towards the main take. coldzera waiting behind the central big box. Be holding out for the quick plays in. No flash support for Team Spirit. They'll just rush their way forward and hope for a bomb plant.
Can't imagine so. HE placement's pretty good again. That's light on the damage. But once this crossfire bet's set up, coldzera and Taco, this should be an easy one.
Crossfire's locked in. coldzera will be playing passive here in the footsteps, here in the jump phase. It's Taco with his kill. Line-up's pretty easy for the AK, and dumau also gets his little piece of the pie. So 3-2, Nation in the lead.
Try and hold that on CT side is going to be important. We think back to Spirit on Ancient, and funny enough, Jay, last 3 months, they've actually got a better win percentage on T side than CT side, which is quite uncommon. Try and see if they can elevate that come this game today and come the official, which matters the most. Again, 1 map, win that all, and go into the group stage. Sounds pretty easy. 00Nation at least have the lead and continue to try and put some early nades down towards this elbow position.
Patsy trying to flash his way in, try and look for contact. Burst through from dumau. Not seeing contact, just blind fire for the time being. From both sides, it seems no major contact established from the Team Spirit side. dumau hold his nerve towards this donut position. Actually finds a gap in that smoke to work from Patsy. Better check it, and he does. But the kill goes the way of the nation.
Interesting one-way smoke coming through there from dumau. Just an underhand smoke to the left-hand side to play around it. Try now with that AWP is waiting for the response to come through from Cave. It's been very silent towards this area of the map so far for the T's.
They're going to put some utility down towards the the B site rather, but didn't opt to do so. Now just holding his lonesome. Ready with the contact for the first shot on Magic. So wonderful. Oh, what a swing that is from the AK. A 4-on-4 now. Lato stands alone. Back upstairs towards Long though. Taco inbound. We've got Magic's watching the center of the site. Smokes up, spray through, doing damage. No kills, aware of 2 individuals. And Taco will get his kill back. Wonderful and Lato go trading back and forth. A 3-on-2. Wonderful's got the bomb on his back as Lato strikes to the second man. Not quite a third. It's Wonderful up to clutch it. And the CTs are so close, particularly dumau, charging up to the site. The AK's got to win this fight. And that's exactly what he does. Now down to a 1-on-1 clutch. How can Cold Zero win this?
Slow walking. That's the information play. Wonderful is hoping to force the fight out to the open. Has not seen the gun barrel.
Yeah. Cold Zero goes straight into his crosshair, but wins the fight before Wonderful can get a shot off. And that holds the round together for the CT Forces. 4 on the board now. 4 in a row now. How close did Wonderful get that, though?
Very close indeed. And it came down to the stance of even trading out that AWP, this slight wide swing in from Magix. I think that was actually the pre-aim. There's a slight angle that you can hold from the back there of Cheetah that if you position your crosshair, as soon as you swing out, you just instantly pre-fire. And that's how the AWP dropped in that duel. You saw Wonderful get 3 kills onto the site. Not quite enough to get the kill together. At least getting the bomb plant allows the extra cash injection, so he can go for a hero AK buy. Everybody else is just on the half.
It still fits within the half sort of bracket for Wonderful, so he's not like buying into a full-on enforce invest with the AK. His teammates also down to the 1,500 marker, a little less than $50 above that for Wonderful's part. So tiny amounts outside of the margins, but ultimately the margin's good enough. It's Cold Zero. Strikes on Siren first and foremost, picks him up outside of A main.
Even dumau's got to be careful about how wide he overextends. Of course, some of the new changes means that some of the common angles outside aggressively towards Cheetah aren't easy to take like they were previously. Some of those wallbang shots towards elbow will drive the T's away at least.
Bursting through and hoping for the best. Damage being done to the T sideline. AK now in the hands of Chopper. Might be nice to pass that off to Magix, honestly. Doesn't have head Kevlar, though.
Brute forcing this setup's going to be difficult. They're going to do a drive. No util.
Chopper still wins that one fight. dumau only gets 1 pick with the damage compounding to a 3-on-3. Now util thrown up towards the short control. Chopper not checking long. That's an easy fight for Taco to win. M4 back in Patsy's hands. The AK getting picked up by Magix, but instead Taco just swings the 9-up bomb for a second time. Magix alone now. Rifle in the 1v3 clutch. 25 seconds to get it together, and I think he just wants to save.
Hold on to it, bring it into the next round, and ooh boy, this is starting to get a bit out of control, because we need to put some perspective on this, Jay. We saw Spirit winning pistol, winning the second round, and then losing the eco, which has now led to 5 rounds in a row in which there's a lack of success. The previous one, in which there was a near clutch in from Wonderful, was probably the closest one that we've had so far for Spirit. But it's knowing that there's a streak and knowing that there's a lack of plants does not help the economy game at all here for Spirit. Now, we can take in mind that obviously that last round was just a half. We mentioned the fact that it's a hero AK. There's a couple of upgrades here or there. This could be a concerning start here for Spirit, knowing that they haven't been able to end the streak as of yet.
Well, 2 counterpoints to that. First of all, this is T-side.
Right. When I've just said that their T side is statistically stronger than their CT.
Their CT side is also very strong themselves, so...
Yeah.
Second of all, it's very early doors.
Okay.
Team Spirit could very easily turn this back around from here with the guns coming out. As you mentioned, that was a half buy in the previous round. Swing forward from Magix and Chopper. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. 2 quick frags on Lato and Taco. Opening up to the 5-on-3 advantage. Might even force try out position here towards the top of the mid control at Candles. Chopper not detected as of yet. And B-side only has 1 defender at dumau. He probably gets overwhelmed here.
Might just be a save call. Look for a couple of exits. You're out of position. dumau can't really get much. He keeps getting flashed off angle. Tries doing his best to deal with his mid player, but it's not presenting itself.
Flashes in on dumau's part, not quite spotted past that smoke. Of course, it's siphoning off vision for Wonderful. Tap on the bomb will force out the burst fire. Wonderful will try to look for the pick of the smoke phase. Indeed, he'll get it. So now reduced to 2 on the 00Nation side. A 5-on-2, in fact, against the CT forces. And that's what I'm talking about, Dweg. It's very early doors for them. Losing 5 in a row, sure, fair enough. Got to consider the eco factor of that. And now Spirit have clapped back with the rifles. Concerns can start to be closed, and a decent T-half would still be good enough for me. Again, their CT half is also strong on the Spirit squad, and 00Nation, well, they can't exactly be said that much about their own T-half.
They do. They definitely need to capitalize on a few rounds in a row because the CT economy has been built up. Even Cold Zero is trying to think about a slight ninja play, getting very aggressive towards the site, thinking if anything is a possibility, but he might actually just fake it, try and draw them in.
Won't be able to get a chance, though. The T's fall back, so does Cold. And the AWP in to stay there for the CT forces. The 3rd round of the board of the T-side line. As you mentioned before, need that 2nd in a row, need to try and break the economy of 00Nation. 1 round's not going to be good enough.
No, not at all. And one thing that we were kind of, I don't know if we were expecting, but hoping for was a comfortable Wonderful. I think we're seeing that on T-side at least, towards the top end of the board. Been involved in a couple of close situations, been key for some of the trade frags, and this may actually be his strongest map so far in the series.
So far, so good. Lato trying to mount up the initial offensive here on the 00Nation side, trying to make his way in for the cheetah entrance, bursting through the wood wall. Re-smoke down, try and siphon them off. Meanwhile, the actual hit's coming in towards the B side via Rap. Try with his AWP pick. Magic's close towards Taco. Sees in. Taco didn't register how close the T-side player was. So a 4-on-4 has been gained. The bomb can get planted here.
Lato's going to think about the spam, try and deny the bomb from going down. Try and get another pick in the round.
An open face for Patsy, and Wonderful will get the bomb plant for certain this time. Lato's a little bit late to the wall bangs. Will get some damage connecting it into the man. Magic's thinking of extending out towards long control. Got that counter flank in from Cave that Siren will not be able to get. 0 and 7 on his board so far, and it's map up. Wonderful swings and gets picked up. It's Magic's now. Flashed off, blinded, hiding away from dumau. Needs to win this 1 fight, and then 2 more. Doesn't even get past the first. It's 6 to the board of the nation.
Try just holding down that B-site defense, allowing time for the CTs to get into the right position, use their utility effectively to get in and around the backlines control, put a lot of pressure down into the post plant. And for Spirit, just giving maybe too much freedom to that AWP. When you think about the way that Chopper was quite aggressive, brought it back to a 4v4, thought as if they were going to really open up the bomb site and just play it out, but instead, Try found so much success there.
Save 2 free AKs as well for the nation camp to keep the firepower going. The bomb plant bonus for Spirit does mean that the economy will start to flow up here for the T-side line. Of course, the economy not broken for the nation. That can still be followed suit here in this next round. They kind of have to get this round itself, though. Try and keep things as close together as possible for the CT forces. It's Taco, though, straight through the smoke, catching Patsy as Lato now nays down against the T-side line. dumau trying to swing ahead of it. Flash forward, looking for 2. Doesn't get any. Siren trades. Taco chimes right back on towards the man. An advantage now regained by the CTs, but temporarily, though. Wonderful with his AWP pick. Makes it a 3-on-3, and Spirit counter the rotate.
There is a cancel, but how quickly do they start to recognize that? You've got to imagine 1 jiggle from Try, 1 slight overextension in from Lato, and they're going to realize the B's opened up. Now, because the only A player in Cold Zero is out towards Donut, he's going to start hearing these footsteps.
And he'll know. He'll hear 3 sets, and we'll just call in the instant rotates from the 00Nation side. Spirit are making no qualms about this. Chopper straight in, Wonderful catches Try. Cold Zero does find a tray back against the bomb carrier, drops it in the open. The Molotov might force him forward, and it might also still get Wonderful with Lato finding Magix. It's on the AWP now. No second line into the site has got a challenge from this back corner here. So the AWP leans in, the USP tries to lean out. Cold Zero not caught by the shots. Leans back to try to look for wallbangs. 30 seconds. Can't see them, can't spot them. Looking in with the flashbangs turned into... Shots not connecting for the AWP means the M4 can strike back and win 7 for the CT side.
And knowing that there wasn't a bomb plant there, then the economy's not ideal for Wonderful or for Siren. You won't be able to get an AWP out. You start looking at that round and just thinking there was a bit more time to play with. They might have been able to walk a little bit more than what they actually did. And that was a lot of information. We've seen that coldzera has not really been over-rotating too far from that A site, and that's one of the most impactful rounds from him yet. And just saw that for Wonderful, nothing was being given. No overpeaks in that 2v1 at all.
Yeah, very intelligent player there from the 00Nation squad. Peek forward and prod initially towards another gun buy here for the Spirit Camp. No AWPs this time, 2 Galils in play. The economy continuing to be wrecked here. The damage done to Patsy already to 30 points of health. Not a lick done to the CT side.
Even dumau's played this setup before and found success with it. Latto thinking about a spam towards that cave position, hearing the util, knowing the Chopper's in there. Haven't been able to do anything against him just yet.
Well, Chopper swings ahead of that nade. Thought he was going to land in the doorway, but no, landed deeper into cave, so he just swung. Took a tiny tag on Latto, though. Not a lot really gained out of that aggression.
Just knowing that you've got lane control, and that's about it. 3 CTs up towards the B-site stack. And it's the AWP from Try, knowing how much success he's found, especially when they exit towards him.
Latto's AK backed up with Try's AWP to watch the crossfire utility set up here by the Spirit Camp. Should be a B player with this current setup. 40 seconds as well. They haven't got much time to rotate if they want to do so.
They're thinking about the late lurk from Siren, either to pull distraction or to have the mid rotate, and instead it's going to be the B fake. They're going to end up on A.
Rotates in from mid with the smokes going down. No T-side presence seen to 00Nation. Also quick on the counter rotate. Latto just left in the back of the B site. And they're about to walk full force into the stack. Dumau picked up. Wonderful. Getting that decent trade. coldzera, top of front plat. Finds Siren on his lot. The bomb can go down, but the AWP could easily deny it. As could Taco. Team and Try combined. Patsy left alone in the 1 versus 4. And that's 8 on the board for the 00Nation. Now I start to be concerned with Spirit's form.
Yeah, I was with you probably a few rounds ago. This is looking rough. Because, again, you can say, oh, well, it's T-side, it's 3 rounds. 2 of which came off from the opening 2 rounds of the map. If that didn't have happened, we could have been looking at a 10-1 scoreline. This is very one-sided. And because we haven't had many bomb plants, because we haven't had many successful rounds, even the plays over towards A, they can't siphon off coldzera. He has been too solid as that A-site anchor for them to bottle mistakes towards A.
I mean, I gave my counterpoints on the basis that there's still time for Spirit to turn it around from that 5-2, and it felt like they were going to do that with that 3rd round. But as you mentioned, since that point, it's been all 00Nation, and in general, it has been them in the CT half. Spirit's T side could be key to the victory. If they allow this to get out of control, then they might not need to do much in the second half here for the Brazilians to take that spot in the group stage. Spirit need to start picking up their act here. Half buy-in around the AK save for Patsy. Tech9's in on 3. Deagle for Wonderful. The AWP, as you would expect for Try.
They're going to take coldzera head on. Going for a quicker play over towards the A side. Taco could be fast on rotate, but even that resmoke, it cancels it for a moment, allows a double pump setup instead.
So the flashes the smokes to do so here for Spirit. Sprays through on coldzera, just blind firing towards them. Now here they come. Util thrown over. He's back behind that big box once again with the Taco crossfire that works so well for them. Nade damage. Taco with a kill. coldzera lines up 2. Even maybe getting the damage on the 3rd man could cost Magix his life. Molotov to force coldzera out into the open, but they can't get a kill for it. Dumau swings further. Chopper falls. Magix in a 1 versus 5. The Spirit have been ripped apart here. Nothing that we can really do. Maybe get an exit frag at best. Not even going to happen for him.
And if I'm the coach of Spirit, if I'm Chopper, the in-game leader, I'm thinking to myself, A is locked. Can we just hit B for the rest of this half? Because any time they've gone A, there has just been no success. It has just come down to a fumble, really struggling to get the entries down to the side. For coldzera, I mean, this is really vintage. And knowing that it's a map like Ancient, only a new one in the pool, it's a bit odd to say that. But he's having an amazing performance. He's putting up so much work on the city side of Ancient towards A.
100%, 100%. He's not alone, though. That's the key thing. There are 2, 3 players or so that are up in the double-digit markers already. Spirit, only really wonderful going. You still got Patsy, Chopper, Magic's down extremely low. Siren's only on 1 frag. 2 frags, scratch that. Cold-Zero drops at least the opening pick, goes the way of Spirit, but they need so much more because they've already proven that that's not going to be enough for them.
Finally caught Cold-Zero in and around the donut position, and the lurk in from Candles could be good timing.
Catches Taco in the back of the head, might be aware that the AWP's repositioning to look out the side. Look towards back plat, Chopper closing the pincers and removes him from play. A 5-on-2, far better here for the Spirit squad. But I call back to that 8th round or so. 5-2, they made it 3, and then they let 00Nation get to 9. Is this a one-off? Is there more in the tank for the Spirit squad?
But you'd have to imagine the certainty is fairly high because they haven't reset the economy. And that's something that Spirit have been trying to target over the course of this first half. But because the rounds haven't been coming through in a row, they haven't been able to get that instant reset. Just showed how much more space there was when they initially dealt with Cold-Zero out in Donut. That timing for Chopper, hearing the footsteps on rotation, both Taco and Try don't really have the inkling that that's a possibility. A slight hole in those rotates being exploited. 4 on the T side now. And even when we look back to the best of 1 this morning, Jay, okay, it is a best of 1, it's against different competition. Spirit started on the T side of Ancient, and they had a 10-5 half. What has changed from the morning to the afternoon?
I mean, the most obvious answer there is the team. So... Sorry, NA. I did actually read that as a diss. But you are right. Spirit, the best they can do is 6 on the T side half. Smokes up. Lato. Watching the elbow position, expecting there to be T side presence early, but it's not going to be the case here. Spirit hold back. Might smoke their way into the mid control. Drawing attention back towards the A site on Try. He doesn't know where he wants to go. Does he want to look out mid? Does he want to look out A? He'll prod back towards that mid control and probably spot Patsy for it. Draw him in quite deep into the mid position and get that first frag.
Lovely flick. Spirit done a very good job in this first half of trying to avoid Try at all costs, but even with the jump over with the bait, he still is able to land a multi 5-on-3 advantage. You've still got Cold-Zero towards A, and Spirit, they wanted to split in. There's no split now.
Backed off, smoke down, trying to lean in towards that main control. Spot with the rifles, flash is sent over by the T side line, tries to press forward, tries to catch somebody. Cold-Zero driven back further deep into Temple, but Try lands a triple and a quadra. Oh, the flicks are beautiful. Might even get the ace. He's hunting for it. Siren will try clap back. He will get Taco, but Try's got all 5.
Oh, yeah. That's the Try we know. That's the Try we all witness on 9Z going over to this team. And my goodness, what a sequence that is from him. Playing in from Donut, repositioning, up against the main players. He makes that look easy.
It was this second shot that for me was the most impressive. The jump face, how quick he reacted to that. Beauty, utter beauty of a play. And I think our first ace of the C stream, if memory serves me correctly, Dweg. Maybe our second. Definitely the first AWP ace. And Spirit will knock back a peg for the closing round of the half.
Even dumau trying to see if he can get them up to 11-4. Wonderful, taking a lot of opening damage. The peek out towards Donut. This time around goes the other way. Patsy wins it out.
Finally, another advantage going the way of the Spirit camp. Cold-Zero flashed off position. Sees Patsy on the cross. He does spot him back with the same with the T side. Pulling away from position in mid.
Check out the read, though. 3 on B. Lado thinking about overextending. Try and peer for info.
And Molotov swings completely dry and almost lines up a double. Just gets the single. Damage done to Magic's. Wonderful's also low. Advantage for Spirit as Try chimes back to a 3-on-3. He is firing all cylinders here. Taco in the center of the site will try hold down the anchor. The T's are stalling.
I think it's another fake. They're trying to draw the attention away that it's going to be an over-rotate towards the A play, but they're going to end up on B. It has to be the commit.
Try with the double. Siren trying to press in. Sounds alongside Magic's. Try is going to get overwhelmed at last. 2-on-2, but Siren gets tagged so low. Bomb's got a commit and plant here.
That backstab from Cold-Zero can come in quickly. So much time being disallowed, and he's actually going to go for the big wrap. Come out towards wrap rather than cave.
They have no idea about this. No eyes are set towards ramp. Looking in cave. I think they're now going to check it here. Taco. Press forward the AK, swings on Magix, has the right pre-fire, but Magix has the quicker reactions, gets his kill. Taco alone. Siren about to prod very out in the open. That's a very dangerous move for someone on 20 HP. Magix swings together alongside Sran. Spray through works better for the AK, and they can close out on a high note, but down by 5 rounds. 00Nation have that now task of the T side after the break. Spirit, the disparity between their top and bottom of the board has led them to a deficit at the turn of the half of Ancient. Wonderful coming into his own as his team drops off the face of a cliff. Dwayne, there are some serious concerns for them because now it's their CT side and 00Nation will look to try and punish them. The momentum has been solid. The players have been great. The Brazilians, well, it might not be likely, but they could still have this map.
I think it's very likely, to be honest. It's all a little bit topsy-turvy. Someone like Siren, who put up 35 frags, 34 kills. When it came to map 1, map 2 combined, we're looking here, and he's only got 3. Everything has fallen out of the fold, and for 00Nation, you just start thinking, a pistol round. That could all it be. All that matters here for the Brazilians. And even think about this pistol. The walk contact into the A site. Yeah, the bomb's a little bit far behind. There's actually no one on A directly as of right now for Spirit. The only player is Siren in that donut position.
Bottom fragger of the board, by the way. 3 picks so far in this matchup. Incendiary set, Lato spotted, Siren dives out of the way, leaves it to his teammate on the crossfire, overwhelmed by Lato, easy frag, overwhelming for Magix as he goes back behind the donut position, desperate to try and fight for some sort of kill back, Wonderful gets involved alongside Magix, 3 kills in the sequence and a 4 versus 2 now, Spirit have control, setting up the retake, but Taco wants to try cut them off before they get into the site itself, kill found of the headshot for the first man, Patsy trades it back and tries alone with a P250 raid boss against 3, sees 1, gets spotted by him the same, and Patsy swings for the 2K for the all-important pistol of Spirits.
Absolutely right idea there for 00Nation. They get quite aggressive, they get the opening kill, they start gaining a lot of the site control. What do you want to do? You want to fight for map control. Get aggressive in there towards Donut, and instead they fall into a bit of a trap. We see Wonderful coming through with a couple of kills, get Magix into the mix with all of that chaos, and eventually, while the bomb gets planted, the overwhelming retake comes in, and now for the Brazilians, they've got to think about their options. Got the bomb down, got away with a couple of kills, let's buy it up. Let's try and get that force buy in.
The second round break can be more deadly to the economy state than the pistol victory itself. So in a similar fashion where you said the pistol could be enough for 00Nation, the break round could also be just enough for the 00Nation side. Patsy strikes first. Taco picked up. Siren's going to get traded back by Cold Zero. Wonderful with a decent trade back. A double up, in fact, to drop that bomb in the open. Dumau finds Patsy, though. Takes a tink. And get the bomb plant as well.
Even Wonderful, just giving a lot of respect forward, playing the man advantage. And for Lato, he has to be the guy to step up here, just knowing how low HP Dumau is.
And he does land on Magix to a 2 versus 2, so expensive round, but now he falls to Wonderful, and Dumau needs the most perfect bust in the world. It's not going to happen. Chopper to put him down to get the round together for Spirit. But 3 casualties at a bomb plant leg. I say 00Nation buy here.
I like that. Buy it again, force it up, keep that pressure on, make sure that you really disrupt any of the economy management that Spirit can have getting back involved on the city side. How deep do they go? Yeah, they're going to force it. It's a good decision. You can realize the full potential because we're looking at the economy floats here for Spirit. And other than Patsy, basically everyone is on double eco status if that round comes through successfully.
Big stuff available for the 00Nation side. And again, just as important as the previous few rounds, Spirit need to get away with these rounds and get away with them confidently. Fast rush in from 2 players trying to indicate the fast A take. That's not ended up happening. Wonderful. Again, strikes towards backside. Gets Cold Zero in out of Temple. And Dumau will fall away.
Interesting that we've had 3 rushes in a row here from the T side. Now trying to see if they can spin it up over towards B, but the crossfire is locked solid. And this time around, I don't think they're going to be able to get a bomb plant.
Yeah, 1 on 5 for Taco. Maybe he might sneak in, get a couple of good headshots, but it's highly unlikely he gets that far, let alone survives to the trade potential of the 3rd man. Mac 10 is at least picked up, so might get a decent frag against 1 or 2 players, but no, not going to happen. 8 to the board of Spirit, and finally they have broken the 00Nation by potential. No bomb plant this time, no casualties, so the CT's going to start mounting up the firepower, mounting up the economy game. Start mounting up the comeback as well. 3 on the trot to start the CT side. And this was the one comeback point I thought about here. If there's one half that I expect Spirit to bring back, it would be CT side of Ancient.
That's kind of unfortunate there for the Brazilians. You always know that if you lose the first and you keep getting bomb plants, keep buying, keep putting that pressure on, and you're obviously waiting for that one round, that one opportunity, and in that one, it's not even really an opportunity, is it? You're getting locked out, more aggression towards A, the aggression into B, just not quite coming through, neither trades being successful, and of course, when you don't have a bomb plant, you get forced into a very light eco come round 19, so there's a couple of upgrades, there's some pistols in play, there's some armor too. They've got to try and take some weapons, though.
Siren tagged early by the nades. 33 HP, sponging the damage. His teammates haven't taken much of anything. Leading attacker, leaning forward as Chopper finds try, and Patsy gets Taco out of the mid position, so 5 on 3. Further swings from Siren, gets his 4th kill of the game. Patsy also follows suit on Cold. And Lato in the 1 versus 5 has no real way of winning this one. Maybe might take an exit. That might be it, though.
Already being seen. Patsy could overextend towards this elbow position. They don't want to lose any casualties, but they do want to get the round up clean. Lato tried his best, but not to be. Wonderful getting closer to 20 kills. And what's insane to think about from Wonderful is that obviously this is his debut event for Spirit. Hasn't played with them before, and they play complexity. The first best of 1, it's very solid. It's a 16 to 11. It's fairly one-sided. Everyone performs very well. Wonderful gets 14 kills and 13 deaths. He's the lowest fragger out of anyone on his team. We see the struggles in map 1 of the best of 3. We see the struggles in map 2. Come map 3, it's turned around completely.
It just goes to show to me that he still needs some time to settle into the roster before he finds a stable position and Spirit find a stable line of form for me. Having gone as quiet as he had to explode and again become the face of the team as they drop off. Now to bring the comeback in on the CT side. Wonderful's position back here towards Temple has been, to lack the better term, wonderful for the defensive line, although he does miss that one shot, leaving Siren for dead here towards Donut. An angle found against Try, though, brings it back to a 4-on-4.
Taco's still got the late look out from elbow, and no, the bomb actually doesn't go down. Oh, this buys so much more time for the retake now.
It's a big frag for Pax. He's even doing damage to dumau here. Get above that smoke, spray blind, try and force them back. The donut backstab also inbound from Chopper. He is extremely low, but Wonderful's orb strikes up close and personal. dumau trays it. Chopper gets a kill onto coldzera. So it's all dumau in a 1 versus 3. You just can't hold on forever. It's 10 all to the board. Spirit with the pistol conversion. Force by dealt with. Eco dealt with. Full gun by dealt with. They brought it back to evens.
They brought it back really quick, and you can't say that there hasn't been opportunities. There obviously has. There's been some slight errors. I mean, that sort of round, without getting some deeper map control towards Wonderful, he's just able to keep fighting. And while 00Nation start taking Temple control, or I should say Donut control rather than Temple, I think they needed to put a little bit more fire down on towards that AWP, make it more difficult for Wonderful to get involved into the mix. And as soon as you see that that bomb gets denied the first time, you just know it's going to be so difficult to recover that round if you're the T's.
5 in a row, 6 if you include the tail end T-side round from Spirit. Finally woken up, finally started to come back into it, and now will be bidding for the lead here. Both sides investing the AKs out for 00Nation with no AWP to support Try. Spirit have the early damage done to Taco and Lato.
And it's funny enough that Spirit actually won both pistols versus Complexity on that best of 1 in Ancient. And now that we've come to Ancient again in a best of 3 context, they're 2 for 2 in pistols once again.
Keeping it together, stable as they possibly can. A must-win map. And a must-win round for them surely here.
Got to imagine so. Even the AWP's got to get jiggled or at least flashed off angle. There's a slight walk forward for dumau outside of the A main portion. You've got Taco trying to provide some assistance in the bottom of elbow, but realistically, it's a crunch down towards B that's being set up.
Flashes in, Chopper. Look over towards that mid position, hope to spot the T-side line. Ultimately won't get much of anything. They will gain that mid presence pretty much uncontested here. Molotov might force Patsy out. He might need to play a challenge on all sides here with the T-side line. Spray somehow gets the kill on Try. Taco forced to trade back as he's damaged up. Siren now has back up on Chopper. The crossfire to look for dumau out towards main. Now the main T-side force bracketed and sandwiched. Spray through. Chopper gets 2 more. Looks for the triple, but Taco takes him back. And Siren's forced to chime in, get his 6th kill. And it's 11 rounds now for the Spirit board. They take the lead.
They've been reading the game really well on the CT side, Jay, which is obviously helping out. Just remember how many of these rounds in which we've seen 00Nation go for the XE and it's just a stack play. There's more than 2 players. And for Chopper, it was a little bit hesitant. Do I over-rotate towards B? Do I go back into Candles? And just the way that he repositions himself outside of that donut position makes it so difficult for Taco to break anything open from that donut position. And now the lead goes the way of the CIS squad.
Hero Galil by M4 Patsu already leaning in from window. Nate back towards him. Chopper swings, gets 2 kills. Not quite the triple, but it doesn't matter. 3 players have fallen anyway. coldzera and Try are left down by 2 players in this context. Trying to pick up that bomb. Flash is so perfect. The Magics can lean in, get his double, and secure the round once again. This has been decimating from Spirits.
And a lot of people might say, okay, well, it's just CT side of Ancient. The way that I look at it, Jay, is it's also your X Factor players gone. Think about how many insane highlights we saw from Try. How many incredible sight holds we were getting from coldzera. Those 2 guys on T-side aren't giving us much and aren't giving 00Nation opening man advantages, opening up bomb sites. They need more out of those 2.
Jalil's in for Cold, being the limiting factor. 00Nation brought their economy to their knees here. Spirit, wonderful set, much more active here with the AWP. Doesn't connect it, gets back at the temple immediately. Backo is on the site though. The M4 Siren, the AK Siren actually, excuse me, set and ready to try and receive. Meanwhile, there's action out towards that ramp position. They think it might be a ruse here to the A site. They haven't seen the bomb out there. Spread out to the rotation, so it leaves it all on the AWP to hold this backside.
This is such an unorthodox round. You can see the way the T's are trying to take A and B control. The bomb is outside of A main. They're trying to take temple presence too.
Wonderful, does get dumau. Try finds Chopper elsewhere. Shots ringing. He has no idea how close Cold Zero is. This slow walk for 00Nation may have worked out, but Patsy is behind the boxes and he's waiting for the bomb plant queue to come through. Meanwhile, Siren strikes out towards mid, gets Lato. You have got Try to cut rotations to Magic's. Cold Zero still holding behind the boxes. Siren's forced to try and make a move in and catch off Try. A 3-on-2, an awkward position here for the Spirit side.
It's all a matter of timing. Cold Zero to drop. That bomb still in T-spawn. Try out to the open. And where does Taco go? Over towards B. Doesn't know about the over-rotate just yet.
Started the rotations, now aware of the 2 CT individuals for the Spirit side, so we must be aware that this one's open. We'll get the bomb plant down to the backside. Retake is on for these two. Nades close. Taco not taking as much damage as it might have looked like he should have done. And now Patsy's on the scene. Siren challenged. Taco. Going to press the issue here in the footsteps. Lineups. Gonna need them. Swing close, only gets the one. Patsy with a trade. And Spirit find 13. 00Nation have yet to claim a round and a half.
And they needed that. And sometimes you come down into situations where you're almost begging that an opportunity is going to be there. Successful for the taking. 1v2 clutch situation from Taco. Trying to reposition. Trying to isolate those individual jewels, but it just does not come through. And when he thought that they put pressure onto the AWPer, that they'd opened up enough of that A play, it's Siren at the back of Donut, just hitting one hell of a shot. And then it goes back and forth. The bombs try to go B, but then you lose all your teammates into the matter. Spirit, this streak is just out of control.
To think how poor they were looking on T side as well. Never doubt the CT half of Ancient is what we've learned today. Tries AWP, trying to lean in. Patsy finds the kill straight through the smoke as well.
Just looks so much more positive for Spirit. Seems as if it's a bit more confident too of going for more aggressive approaches. And it has to be said, think about how many rounds we've had AKs being saved forward for the Spirit side. Whether it's been a 1 or 2, it feels as if almost every round is at least featuring one. A response back with the util for Taco at least. But 4v4 with him down at 35, they need to stretch it. They need another kill.
Yeah, easy pickings on Taco. Should make this relatively easy. Lato. One of 2 players on 100 HP. The 2 individuals we're looking at to try and make the trades happen. With the aggression they have in lane, though, Chopper could easily catch Cold. Now regains the man advantage. He might even dip in for more. Lato slow walking into the crosshairs of the M4. Another easy pick for him. Yet to see the bomb. Yet to see the remaining T-side presence. Has seen dumau at least. No utility to try to get him out of dodge here. He'll stand and fight until the bitter end. Taco still gets caught into dumau's tag to 9 HP. Chopper did so much on his lonesome. And for a player that was so missing in the first half and in that last map, seeing him step up now should secure 14 for Spirit.
And knowing that that was just the worst timing in the world. You had Lato that was holding from T-spawn, holding outside of the B doors. We saw him watching. We saw him holding that ramp angle. And as soon as he walks up and goes ever so slightly to the right-hand side, what happens? Chopper aggresses ramp. Cold Zero's got no idea. And it's moments like that which are so frustrating because you feel as if you're doing so much right, and just when you make a slight mistake, a slight reposition where you don't catch your timing and everything falls apart. dumau will hold on to the AK, does not get hunted after time and dropped. But 00Nation, this has got to be frustrating, and this is the first tactical.
Well overdue, in my opinion. Well overdue. 14-10, Spirit 2 rounds away from taking this series, and they haven't had a look in on the T side. 00Nation may have 0-0 win on the board here on Ancient. It looks so good to start things off here. The fact that they've got nothing, absolutely nothing in the T side. What does that tell us, Doig?
It tells us there's been a couple of missed opportunities that we can have a look, and there's been a lot of bomb plants. There's been more bomb plants in rounds lost in this second half than there was in the first. So they've had retake situations forced down onto Spirit. They just haven't been able to close the rounds.
Incendiary set, nades up. Smokes to suppress them over at the elbow position on the part of Patsy. He burned last time against Taco's engagement. Of course, lo and behold, that's the player that's also playing at the elbow angle for 00Nation. The main T-side force leans into lane, though. They're carefully placed.
And you also have to keep in mind, rather than ecoing some of these rounds, they've just kept buying, which means we're just seeing so many Galils consistently across this second half, which obviously doesn't help trying to land early entries and multi-frags and situations like that. A slight maneuver back for Chopper to get over towards the A play. Both players on B are sort of near one another towards a cave entrance.
Wonderful, leaning in. Magic to check the corner. Wins that fight. Lato down. They extend further. Well, they forced out the T side to extend further. Try to fall to the AWP. And a 5-on-3. 00Nation continue prodding, continue losing these fights. Finally, Taco gets one back on Siren, but a bomb's been left out towards B lane. The Spirit still get aggressive, though. They give up the man advantage.
It's all about a distraction, getting as much out of this as possible. coldzera's hoping for some ramp aggression, anything out towards Cheetah, but it's just not coming at all. And they would have spotted that in that 5-on-3 with the opening ramp take that bomb was dropped. So really, the Brazilians are just trying to run a distraction.
They've regained control of the situation here for Spirit. Low HP for Taco. Dead to rights on Chopper surely. No! He's not looking the right way. The kill can get found, and the A site can found the plant.
All a matter of timing now for Taco. Get that bomb plant in. Have to fight the rotate straight away. And for Wonderful and Magics, this is going to be a real test for them.
2v2 retake. Taco will be the easy challenge. coldzera will not. Two major champions to take on. Footsteps being heard in towards Temple. They have the information that both players are inbound. Wonderful's orb leans in, checks position. Taco lands the headshot. 1v2 for Magics now. No inkling as to where Cold's playing from. Has the orb at his feet. Sees Taco behind the boxes. Thinks that he might be over towards Donut. But just doesn't have the info to play with. Doesn't have the time to play with either. 00Nation at long last will break the streak. Get to 11. And start to mount up the T side.
And Spirit have got to look at that round and think, geez, how have we lost that? We literally had bomb control and a 5-on-3 advantage. They let so much go for just overpeaks. We saw it towards the A play and Donut. We saw it out towards Candles. And it came down to so many of those duels in the mid-rounds not needing to come out, and instead they get punished for it. That's an excellent recovery for the Brazilians.
Three rounds the difference. Still a chance that they can bring it back. Play slowly and carefully. Spirit, of course, back on the bye with the AWP for Wonderful. 23 kills deep for him. Patsy, 18 kills deep, now holds the window control, having his eyes set to elbow. The prods come through initially out to this lane position.
They are so desperate for an opening pick to follow up. And for Taco, a slight overextension from the donut position of Patsy just rains off a couple of bullets. Spirit have not really shown that much information of where the AWP's been playing out from. That A anchor from the temple position a lot of the rounds. Slight more aggressive approach when it comes to the util standpoint. But realistically, it's just lane control, and that's about it that's been taken from the T's.
Very slow. Very careful style of default. One that might be required, honestly. Chopper. Nade in hand, leaning out, trying to spot them. And I think he spotted them there. No, he didn't. Headshot gain. coldzera starts the round.
I think he saw them, but thought they weren't going to peek again. So that was the opportunity to strike with a HE placement. Instead, just gets punished for it. But it might be another B fake. The AWP shot for Wonderful is absolutely lovely.
Eat your heart out, try. That's a vertical flick. Siren now next up to face here at forward plat. The Molotov damage being done over towards that donut entrance. dumau's going to get caught off. Siren with a kill. Wonderful strikes back as well. Swings towards coldzera, but they're too close. 2v2s. The trades come back for Lato and Cold, and the bomb goes down for the retake. Patsy quickly on the scene. Has got Magics rotating in from donut. The smoke's about to clear there. Lato right in their vision. They just need to find the angle to get the shot up against him. 33 HP. Swing back. Patsy needs to punish, but Lato's Galil comes up good and now baits Magics into the center of the site onto the defuse, trying to find the harder cover. He might hold this. He might stick this whole thing, but Lato making noise. The nade to catch him as coldzera's backstab closes in the pincers from CT. And 00Nation gain another round.
Just when you thought they'd done enough, the fact that you've got the AWP putting up a stellar hold towards that A site, 2 kills in from Wonderful. You've got Siren aggressive towards that platform position outside of A main. He's able to find one as well, but then it just all falls apart. Another post plant, another round in a row for the Brazilians to start coming in. And now you start wondering, is there a chance? Is there a recovery?
Swing up a Patsy straight into top mid, hunting for players out towards elbow. The AWP T-side holds out the lane control, expecting there to be CT aggression. So far, so little of it. Chopper is holding out hope that someone gives up the opening kill to them.
It's all a matter of timing here for Try. Get boosted up. Oh, there's an aggressive Wonderful, though.
Shadow scene. Is he ready for it? He's got his eyes set lower. Doesn't see Try. He wins the AWP v AWP battle. All important for the nation now.
Now they could slow it down, try and punish an overpeak, because Magics and Chopper might just give it up. They've actually got a bait set up here in Cheetah, so if there's any map control being taken, this might be the opportunity for the strike.
Crossfire held. coldzera Molotov sent in. Flash goes down. The blind fire continues. The Magic still holding in the corner. He gets checked, and he only gets that 1 kill. Needs to get Lato desperately, but Lato punishes him as he gets overly aggressive. All left to the 2 of Patsy and Siren back up on the ace site, knowing they cannot get to B, knowing they can't hold a retake. They're going to save, and 00Nation get 3 in a row.
This is all it takes. A few rounds to dictate the pace, to change everything, to try and really crunch down on the CT economy too for dumau. Make sure those last couple of guys cannot hold on to their weapons. And now we just start seeing similar signs of dust too. Now you start putting it in your mind at that 16-14 and think, well, Spirit don't have a buy here. Where do they have a buy? Round 29 and maybe round 30? This is looking promising for the Brazilians.
Spirit are bottling this. Looked incredible. Incredible on the CT side. USPs brought out against the AKs, the Galil, the AWP. coldzera. To wood position. They hold their positions on this A stack. 4 players to wait.
The Brazilians know in a round like this, just don't give them a weapon. That's the last thing you want to do. You've got the economy on the ropes. You want to make it as damaging as possible, not allow anything to be saved in. And if you can, not run into the trap.
Minute on the clock now. Catches Siren at the one moment he looks away. Kill on, starts things off on the A site.
Still a lot of distraction being pulled. Taco and Co trying to gain a little bit more mid-presence. They clear out that right-hand pit position, don't see anything. And now for Spirit, they're actually going to start over-rotating the stack. They're going to end up with a gamble on B.
That's the right call to make, though. That bomb's in at lane. It might even make its way in from ramp. Full on gamble. The backstab towards mid might become a slight concern. They're still making noise here. 00Nation. 30 seconds, they're going to go for the execution. They're about to run into the entire Spirit force. The sprays through the wall bangs, not doing any major damage. Taco caught off by Patsy. His USP combining Try. Does find a pick back to return in the middle of the site. Magic Galil picks up, gets a double, a 2-on-2, 15 seconds, and the AWP's in the hands of Wonderful. It's all falling apart. The right weapons in the right hands. dumau trying to strike alongside coldzera as Wonderful lands his kill. Cold's been seen. The spray comes through. The transfer's not there. there as Magic's upgrades to the triple, and that is an eco steal for Spirit.
Oh my goodness, it's such a harsh eco. There's not any upgrades. There's a P250 at most. We're not looking at the digs. We're not looking at the armor. We're not looking at the util. There's USPs into the mix. Oh no. That may be the worst round of the entire series here for the Brazilians. One more to go for Spirit. I can't believe they've won that.
That is a disastrous turn of events. One that could cost them all here on the Nation's side. The Molotovs, the utility, they burn away at Patsy and Magic's. But look at this, quick plays into the A site. They've got Siren standing to hold. Wonderful's nowhere near site. He's holding mid. Siren, however, gets a kill. An important one that brings in the advantage. Swings back with a double. He's been quiet the entire map. But what a play he's just had. One that can gain control. Swings in for the triple. Drops the bomb deep in Donut. And Lasso, desperate for the trade. Siren's got the ace. What a way to close for him. So quiet, so non there. And Spirit still out Ancient. Claim their spot in the group stage.
My goodness, what a way to close it out, Jay, to get the 2-1 victory, to move on out of the play-ins, and who would have thought the last 2 rounds would have come down like that?
Not me, not Nation, and likely not Spirit. We're off to a break.